各位法師、各位嘉賓，大家好，我係潘芳芳，我好榮幸可以擔任今次講座嘅司儀。歡迎大家嚟到柴灣青年廣場 Y 綜藝館，出席由德格香港禪修中心主辦嘅公開講座《遇見快樂2：與恐慌共舞和憤怒共坐》。第二晚同靈果祖古寧波車 Ringu Tulku Rinpoche 對話同埋道歌分享。靈果祖古寧波車係長期擔任第17世大寶法王卡馬巴烏金欽列多傑嘅英文翻譯，著作有好多，其中包括有《與恐慌共舞和憤怒共坐》，亦都係今次講座嘅主題。靈果祖古寧波車係當今藏傳佛教格舉傳承嘅偉大上師之一，佢嘅足跡遍佈歐洲、美國、加拿大、澳洲、亞洲，至今已經係全球巡迴演講同埋教授禪修超過20年，以無限嘅慈悲同埋智慧開展佛法嘅真義。今晚我哋嘅主題係生活愛上禪修。喺我哋一齊遇見快樂之前，首先為大家介紹一下今次活動嘅顧問機構、贊助人同埋支持機構，排名不分先後。首先，顧問機構有香港中文大學賽馬會公共衛生及基層醫療學院同埋亞洲德格基金會。贊助人包括永義香港有限公司、Miss Rachel Lee、Miss Christina Tong 同埋顧清女士。支持機構有慈輝佛教基金會、迪心情緒健康專科、佛門網同埋 OVO Home。喺呢度，我哋謹代表德格香港禪修中心向各機構同埋贊助人致謝。各位觀眾，我哋今晚嘅講座同埋節目正式開始。首先，我哋以熱烈嘅掌聲歡迎今晚節目嘅主持楊大偉先生。楊大偉先生係 Green Monday 嘅創辦人、慈輝佛教基金會董事、香港愛滋病人基金會董事同埋棟篤禪嘅作者。跟住我哋有請今晚嘅對談嘉賓李焯芬教授。李焯芬教授係香港大學佛學研究中心管理委員會嘅主席。最後我哋恭請今晚嘅主講人尊貴嘅靈果祖古寧波車上台。Now may I invite the Venerable Ringu Tulku Rinpoche to come up on stage, please. 請各位就座 ，Please be seated。好啦，時間我交俾楊生啦，唔該晒你。
大家好，無上甚深微妙法，百千萬劫難遭遇。要遇上佛法，要遇上咁好，可俾我哋學習生活，可以生活得更加好、更加開心嘅因緣咧，係非常難得嘅。今日在座咧，我諗真係應該嚟到今日嘅場館，能夠參與我哋第2場嘅遇見快樂咧，應該係要先為自己俾一個好熱烈嘅鼓掌嚇，因為點解咁講咧？1年半前喺舊年嘅4月份，在座有幾多位係有參加舊年我哋喺醫館都係1連3晚由我哋嘅快樂寧波車永給名就寧波車舉行嘅講座？有幾多位係舊年有參加嘅？可唔可以舉舉手啊？其實講緊超過60%嘅朋友。咁我自己咧嗱，當喺一段時間之前接到就係話，我哋會再一次搞遇見快樂，而且都係1連3晚去做嘅時候，我好開心，因為我話，我哋都知道寧波車咧要進行一個3年嘅一個閉關，咁大家都當時都好唔捨得，亦都好期待，就話，要等到3年之後先至會聽寧波車嘅開示。咁但係咧，我聽到德格中心就係話，我哋會喺今年嘅10月份啦，即係其實琴晚、今晚同埋明天晚上，會請到尊貴嘅祖古寧波車特登前嚟到香港。另外亦都有3位非常之重量級嘅嘉賓，去同一齊大家做一個對談嘅時候咧，我係感到莫名嘅興奮。咁直至到琴晚真係坐喺 台下嘅時候聽到再一次遇見快樂嘅心情係好好。咁今晚咧好難得。祖古寧波車咧，其實之前咧佢平時嘅時間係喺印度錫金嘅時間比較多嘅。但係咧佢一年有半年嘅時間咧，都係出嚟弘法做開示。咁佢之前第一站咧，其實係先去咗印尼講緊又係1個星期嘅弘法。跟住啱啱今個禮拜一嚟到香港，然後跟住就當然有1連3晚嘅俾大家開示，咁一路去到下個禮拜，跟住就再去台灣第3站，跟住先至再翻去印度嘅咁樣。頭先司儀都有介紹過祖古寧波車。當然啦，另外今日我哋嘅一位好重要嘅對談嘉賓就係李焯芬教授。在座有買過李焯芬教授嘅書，或者有睇過輕安自在心無掛礙嘅，又舉舉手唔該。哇！講緊係大部分嘅朋友。其實我知道有呢個榮幸可以主持今晚嘅呢個對談咧，係真係非常高興。我諗第一樣咧先問一問李教授一樣嘢，就係咧，其實李教授嘅時間真係好忙啊！大家知唔知？OK，我喺度講就係今晚咧，李教授仲要趕係12點鐘嘅飛機去加拿大要出席嘅活動，大家可唔可以都係俾啲掌聲？教授喺咁忙嘅時間咧，咁你知咧，有陣時寫書就話輕安自在心無掛礙啫，但係見到個人嘅時候，你會話佢其實可能都係好多嘢好煩躁好多煩惱都未定嘅。但係我見教授咧嘅時間都唔少個機會都唔少。但係即係教授係無論你生活嘅節拍你講嘢嘅節奏同埋任何情況咧，都俾人一種感覺好 peace 嘅咁樣。教授可唔可以分享下點樣可以做到呢樣嘢咧？係咪我都係睇多啲你嘅書咁樣？點樣可以學習到呢一種咁嘅自在嘅心態？其實
我諗今晚我做個前菜，做個沙律，咁為大家好好準備好聽寧波車今晚嘅開示。剛才阿楊生即係提到話大家都忙，咁其實在座大家都係香港社會嘅重要嘅分子。咁香港人咧生活節奏係比較緊迫嘅，工作時間又比較長，壓力亦都比較大。基本上冇邊個唔忙嘅，所以
大教授都係忙啲嘅，
個個人都忙嘅啦。咁但係咧大家嚟聽寧波車開示佛法咧，我又覺得咧，即係有啲佛法裏邊嘅理念咧，係可以幫到大家咧，係應付更繁忙嘅工作。咁我舉一個例啊，阿 David，譬如我哋口頭成日講話活在當下，咁活在當下咧，其實咩意思咧？即係話咧每一個當下，每一個時刻都做好嗰個時刻需要你做嘅工作，專心咁做好佢。咁專心嘅過程中，你又唔好再想其他嘢啦。咁嗱，呢樣嘢咧就禪修有幫到我哋嘅。禪修咧教我哋咧專心做好眼前每一件工作。咁你如果專心做嗰樣工作，你咪會心無掛礙咯。其實心無掛礙同埋活在當下係孖兄弟嚟嘅啫，即係你有一就你有二噶啦。咁啊好啦，咁你專心做好嗰樣嘢，然後放低佢。咁你繼續又再做其他，其實咧最好嘅效果咧就係你專心做每一樣嘢，之後做完之後放低佢。咁你一日你如果有10幾樣嘢做咧，你都可以用呢個方法，一件做完埋一件。咁禪修咧可以培養到我哋嗰個專注嘅能力，幫助我哋咧專心做好眼前嘅工作，跟住咧就放低佢。呢樣嘢真係幫得到大家㗎。
咁教授嗱，我哋今日嘅題目就係生活愛上禪修啊。咁可唔可以講翻教授，你係幾時開始接觸禪修呢一個概念咧？
大概20零年前咁咧嚇，咁就當時我就有個機會，當時我都喺加拿大生活嘅，咁有機會就接觸到星雲大師，咁佢都係中國嘅禪宗啦，咁由嗰陣時開始就利用禪修嚟培養自己嘅專注嘅能力咁咯嚇。
咁嗱講禪修咧，咁當然我記得咧喺前晚同寧波車第一幫寧波車洗塵，啱啱到埗香港嘅時候咧，咁都係問寧波車嘅就係、覺得香港人啊，咁佢之前上一次嚟已經係2005年㗎啦，咁覺得香港呢個社會點樣，同埋覺得香港人嘅特色，俾佢印象係咩？咁當然咧都係冇一啲都唔奇怪，就係、覺得香港人嘅生活節奏好緊迫，香港人好緊張。咁我諗請寧波車同大家講下Rinpoche, can you tell us? Last time you were in Hong Kong was in 2005. And of course, you travel all around the world to spread Dharma and to let more people understand Buddhism. What is your impression of Hong Kong people, and how is that different from students from other countries?
My impression about Hong Kong people were very busy. I think busy and energetic. I think they're all rushing and doing something and getting something done. That was my impression, although I'm very new and very little knowing about Hong Kong. So I'm not a great authoritarian on Hong Kong life.
其實咧，寧波車話我對香港都唔係可以講係一個好深嘅印象。不過嚟到香港就感覺到香港人真係好忙，但係香港人好多活力，就總係想做完啲事情咁樣。咁呢個係寧波車對我哋香港人嗰個印象。
咁香港人好忙啊，咁樣。咁忙係有好多原因嘅。我哋其實即係日又休，夜又休，日又趕，夜又趕。咁香港人一定工作壓力大啦。恒生指數跳上跳落，大家有個心又要跟佢跳上跳落啦。咁跟住各種嘅問題，有啲家庭嘅煩惱啊、愛情嘅問題啊咁樣。咁我好得意喎，我聽寧波車，我問佢就係話，喺外國嘅學生。最多係問寧波車乜嘢嘅生活嘅問題，因為今日我哋講生活啊嘛。咁原來寧波車就話咧，最多人係問佢愛情問題嘅喎，即係嗰啲女仔咧就問，即係又啱啱 break up 咗啊咁樣，咁點樣可以克服嗰啲嘅唔開心？Rinpoche, can you share with us? Because I just told the audience that one of the most common questions that your students ask you is their relationship problems, especially after breakup, So can you tell us some stories, how you teach them to handle this kind of situation? Because that's common in Hong Kong too. That's every country. People everywhere have the same problem.
Before when I was in India, I thought the main problem was like survival problems. So when I first went to Europe, there's so many people came with so much emotional problems that it was sometimes difficult for me to even not to laugh. Because I was thinking, this is no problem. And then later on, I realized that it's not like that. How much problem it is not about how much problem it is, but how much I suffer from that. So therefore it was big problem sometimes. Small problems can be big problems.
寧波姐話其實佢喺印度嘅時候覺得問題就總係求全嘅啫，但係去到歐洲啲人就係覺得情緒好多問題。當佢接觸到呢啲問題嘅時候，佢真係忍唔住笑，咁都係問題咁樣。咁但係後來佢接觸得多之後，佢就發覺，咦，我唔可以用呢個態度去睇，其實唔係問題多與少，係你點樣去覺受呢啲問題。
Yeah, because so many people, they say they want to die. I mean, when they have a breakup, when they experience breakup, they don't want to live anymore.
That's right. In the beginning, I thought that because they come together so easily and they break so easily, I thought it was no problem for them.
容易嚟容易走冇問題。
But it was a big problem for them.
但係真係問題嚟嘅。
And I was thinking why it is like that? Why they can't live together, kind of happily and nicely for a longer period of time. Sometimes I found it like this, that a couple is living together, maybe not married, but living together for 10 years. And then they get married, and next year they divorce. There is a lot to do, I think, with expectation. So like if I'm supposed to live together with somebody for a few months or then it's okay. But if I have to live together for all my life, then even a very small problem becomes a big problem, So sometimes I think too much like it's a very long time, kind of this makes it a big problem, the small things. So sometimes I think that it's also good, it's necessary to understand that it's impermanent. We are together now, but I don't know how long I live. So therefore, it could be few months, few years, nobody knows. So therefore, I need to accept a little problems without too much problem. I think sometimes this kind of adjustment or acceptance is, I think, very important. And sometimes also I feel that, I don't know, in the West, there is lots of this, I want this, this is what I want. Everybody knows exactly, like if you go to a restaurant, even 3-year-old child knows exactly what to order. I don't know. When I go to a restaurant, they ask, what do you want to eat? I said, I don't know. Can you suggest something? How do I know all the things that is in the restaurant, which is good or which is not good? So I sometimes tell people that, ask me any question, but please don't ask me what I want to eat. Just prepare something and give it to me. So therefore there's this kind of, you can say training if you like, that everybody is kind of trained to know what they want, and then it becomes very important for them to have what I want. So therefore, then it develops in such a way that if I don't have exactly the thing that I want, then I can't accept. So then if two people are together, they have to live together, and then each person has to have exactly what they want, and each people want to, the other one has to do exactly what I want, then I think it will be very difficult. So I think this could be one of the problems that we have kind of developed a kind of a attitude of being very much self-centered and not able to share or kind of adjust ourselves to other people's needs and wants and kind of just take it. I think this plays a big role. That's what I thought. I can't say exactly, but I thought it was a lot to that.
其實寧波車話覺得人同人之間個相處咧，其實能夠喺埋一齊幾耐呢個係一個問題。佢喺西方見到好多一啲喺埋一齊住但係未結婚嘅，譬如10年，但係話下年結婚啦，就1年之後就離婚。其實問題喺邊度就係對大家個期望同埋對呢段感情嘅睇法。於是乎，大家對呢段感情有唔同嘅睇法嘅時候呢，一個好細嘅問題就變成一個好大嘅問題。所以佢覺得處理一個關係最緊要，除咗要對大家容忍之外呢，仲要明白呢個無常。其實我仲有幾日可以生存，我自己都唔知，所以係要珍惜。 要接受，連一啲細嘅問題都接受唔到，點可以接受啲大嘅問題呢？另外一樣嘢就係西方嘅教育或者現代人嘅教育就係好注重我要乜嘢，例如去餐室度，我哋去小朋友就已經知道我要乜嘢，好清楚咁要乜嘢，似乎係我哋一啲訓練嚟自小就訓練，知道自己一定要乜嘢。當要唔到自己要嘅嘢嘅時候，問題就出啦。所以呢，我哋就會覺得咁樣唔對勁，那樣唔對勁，因為我哋唔能夠接受。所以要學習嘅嘢就係能夠希望可以接受到一啲自己暫時係唔可以期待嘅嘢。呢個係一個態度嘅問題。呢個態度係令到我哋唔會太過注重於個人中心、個人主義嘅問題。
I would like to share a joke. It's said that one person said that she tried to change me for first 3 years, and then all the rest of the life accused me that I am changed.
我個女朋友用咗3年嘅時間去轉變我，但係我變咗之後，佢就話都係你變咗啦咁樣。
教授，你覺得嗱當然寧波車嚟香港嘅時間就唔係好多，so far 今次都係第4次，但係你會唔會感受到香港人係咪而家都越嚟越冇耐性？即係頭先寧波車講話，我哋要學習 adjustment acceptance 一種包容，同埋對大家咧應該即係個期望，即係對自己即係都好 focus， 大家都話要自我中心，我想要乜？你覺得而家香港社會係咪有呢個情況係越嚟越嚴重咧？
我諗呢個講法都有佢嘅道理。譬如我喺大學裏邊工作咁咧，我見到我哋啲同學畢業出嚟做工咁，好坦白講，似乎咧就冇邊個係真係朝9晚5嘅。嗱，朝頭早8點零返工咁，夜晚黑8點零放工嘅多得是，9點零放工嘅亦都有，10點幾鐘放工亦都有，工作時間好長。咁啊，放咗工之後翻到屋企咧，一係就 BlackBerry， 一係就 iPhone， 一係就屋企個電腦咧，仲要繼續工作嘅。咁都計唔準佢究竟一個禮拜做幾多個鐘。肯定好少人係一個禮拜翻5日朝咁，好少人做得到。因為工作好忙碌，壓力好大。咁有時亦都即係難為我哋啲年青人嘅，即係好唔容易。咁都明白佢哋嗰個承受工作壓力。不過翻嚟講剛才寧波車同我哋開始講嘅話，希望我哋多啲包容嗰樣。有時咧喺咁嘅壓力之下，就翻去譬如我哋剛才講嘅男女關係咁啫。你想下你身邊啲朋友，呢對夫妻係真係2個夫妻係同一個文化背景嘅，同一個或者學科出嚟，或者同一種嘅性情品格咁出嚟，其實好少係。大家都嚟自唔同嘅家庭背景、文化背景，冇唔同嘅睇法先係奇。咁既然係咁，佢譬如太太有唔同嘅睇法，有唔同嘅意見，其實好正常。翻去我哋佛教嘅因緣觀，佢既然有咁嘅文化背景，有咁嘅家庭背景，佢自然有呢個咁唔同你唔一樣嘅睇法。你明白咗佢嘅時候，你咪比較容易接受啲咯。好似寧波車咁講，教我哋咧多啲包容，多啲接受咯。
但係咪真係我哋而家都係大家都係先講我行先呢？嚇，係
啊，咁係啦，即係始終都係好咩咯。咁佛教咧就係教我哋咧，即係有啲唔同嘅觀點嘅時候咧，都放低自己一陣，睇睇人哋點解有唔同嘅觀點咧，一定都有原因噶嘛，係咪啊？
嗱，咁我哋個題目係生活愛上禪修。咁喺前晚同寧波車食飯嘅時候咧，咁當然就梗係講其實今晚寧波車嘅開示係會講邊方面禪修嘅技巧啊，會同大家一齊做一個集體嘅禪修啊，或者講一啲可能大家不為人知嘅禪修嘅一啲秘方都未定嚇。咁但係咧，寧波車就講咗一樣好特別嘅嘢。佢一開始咧就同我講，即係同大家喺在座嘅食飯嘅人講就，其實佢認為咧，禪修咧係一個態度， 就係講話點樣去調教我哋態度啊。Rinpoche, at dinner the other night, when we asked you about sharing on meditation, the first thing you came up that you told us what you think you want to share. Meditation actually is about teaching us about our attitude towards life. Can you share more on that?
No, actually, what I thought was that meditation, of course, meditation is also in a way understanding and attitude. But I thought that to our attitude, changing our attitude, to me seems to be one of the most important factors for how to live our life, and even about attention and things like that. Because I think it's very much to do how we see things. How we see things affect how we experience. Like the work, I feel that we could be working very hard and not so much stressed. We could be working not much, but very stressed also. That's because it's not about how much we work, but in what way we look at the work and how we carry ourselves. So therefore, if I could learn to work, if I learn to kind of relax myself in work, enjoy work, motivated by the work, then I'm not stressed with the work. I thought about this a long time back when I was first learning English language. When I was first learning English language, the word hobby came up. So I said, what is hobby? First they asked me, these teachers, people always ask, Western people always ask, what's your hobby? I said, what is hobby? He said, hobby is, the thing you do when you don't have to do something. I said, oh, then sleeping. He said, no, sleeping is not hobby. And then what can I do if I don't have to do? I don't do anything. So I didn't know what hobby was. Later on, I found out hobby is something very strange. That they do things which can be very hard, which can be very dangerous, which can be very expensive, and absolutely happy doing it and no stress, and they do it when they have done all their hard work. They go, like climbing on the Himalayas. They sometimes, fall down and die. They have to, but still they don't mind, So from there, I think we can understand that working hard is not the problem, but how I look at the work and how I take it is the problem. So that's why if I can make my work as my picnic, or my holiday, or something like that, or my hobby, maybe there's no tension. So therefore, I think in this way, you can even make work as your meditation. Because actually, even meditation can become a source of stress if you make it as a work. Like, now I have to meditate, oh, now it's time to meditate. Now it's... And then 10 minutes is a very long time, So now Anne's going to finish. Okay, now I finished. Ah, yes, I finished my meditation. Now I'm stress-free. Yeah. So therefore, you can make anything a stressful thing. You can make anything an unstressful thing. So therefore, I think it's very important to understand this, even doing meditation, because you can't take meditation as a work. Otherwise, it wouldn't work as meditation.
教授話其實係學禪修係重要，不過其實更加重要嘅時候係我哋搞掂咗自己嘅態度先。我哋點睇一樣嘢係影響我哋點樣經驗嗰一樣嘢嘅。譬如我哋做嘢做到好辛苦，好辛苦，好辛苦晒唔一定係要好多壓力嘅喎。但係如果有啲人咧做少少嘢都覺得好大壓力嗰時，所以咧就唔係話你做得多與少，而係你點樣去睇嗰樣嘢啦。所以我哋一定要學習點樣去能夠好放鬆咁樣去做嘢，好享受咁去做嘢，同埋點樣將嗰樣嘢變成為自己喜歡做嘅。教授話佢學英文嘅時候嗰個字消閒嘅活動 hobby 嚇，佢初都唔知點解嘅。咁啲人就話係咯，即係你唔使做嘢嗰陣時做嗰啲嘢咯。咁佢話瞓覺咯咁樣。咁唔係咧，我哋西方中意爬山啊、游水啊、跳降傘啊什麼。佢哋做得好辛苦嘅，但係佢哋好開心，因為佢哋覺得嗰樣嘢係消閒啊嘛。咁所以始終都係去翻呢係一個態度嘅問題。如果你能夠有個正確嘅態度咧，辛苦都唔會緊要嘅。禪修都係一樣。如果你當禪修就係一個好重要必然要做嘅嘢，你就俾到自己壓力。譬如頭先寧波車都講咗嚇，我一定要禪修，咁咧就冇呢個效果噶啦。因此咧，我哋一定要搞掂我自己嘅態度。
寧波車就講話佢認識嗰啲人嘅 hobby 就係爬喜馬拉雅山啦。我識啲香港人嗰啲 hobby 都係去行 shopping mall 嘅啫嚇。但係態度呢一樣嘢咧，教授有一個好好嘅故事分享嘅，就係講話一啲揸的士嘅司機。咁的士司機都好 stress 噶嘛，大家知道有成日塞車，跟住之後有陣時有啲乘客可能有投訴。咁阿教授可唔可以同我講下呢個的士司機嘅態度嘅故仔？
好，咁咧就香港好多人都係搭的士嘅翻工啦。咁我有個同事，咁佢都係每朝咧就係搭的士翻工。咁佢咧又好似同好多人一樣，大概都係朝頭早9點翻工啦。嗰個時候咧，大家都知道好塞車。咁啊，話説咧，某朝咧，呢個同事咧就落街搭的士，咁好不容易就上咗架的士。咁就因為係8點零鐘上班高峰期啦，咁架的士咧就行咗冇幾耐就塞咗喺啲車龍度唔喐。咁佢閒着無聊，於是同個的士司機咧就傾翻幾句閒偈啦，即係打發時間。咁好 friend 咁問佢你架車都幾乾淨啊，坐得好舒服啊。咁個的士司機咧就擰翻個面向佢乾淨個鬼！你試下每日好似我咁坐喺度做10幾個鐘頭揸的士嘅。你睇下覺得係咪真係咁舒服咁乾淨啊？咁呢個同事冇癮啦，咁就於是轉下話題。咁點知咧一轉咗話題咧，個的士司機咧就好似機關槍咁，由日常生活一路鬧到特首，然後一路鬧上中央咁。咁我就冇嚟興趣啦，咁於是唯有 shut up 咁一路捱咗個程咁翻工啦。咁第二朝咧，佢又照樣係8點半鐘落嚟啊搭的士。今次嗰個的士司機啊同琴日嗰個有啲都唔同喎。咁咧就曉得一上咗車咧，就擰翻個面俾個 happy smile 俾佢。咁話 hello 你好咁。你去邊度啊？咁同事話俾你聽，我香港大學點。咁於是咧就傾開偈啦。聽講你哋的士司機咧都好辛苦嘅喎，一日做10幾個鐘，揾嘅錢又未必好多，係咪啊？都好唔易做。咁呢個司機又咁同佢講過，係真係啊，每日都要做10零個鐘㗎，都唔容易。不過我係咁睇嘅喎。我就覺得我揸的士咧，就好似咧 即係人哋出錢請我遊車河咁，因為我又唔使出錢啦。好似琴日咁有一對年青嘅情侶，佢話要去淺水灣睇落日，咁我咪車佢去淺水灣咯。佢哋欣賞好 romantic 嘅落日嘅時候，我又嘆杯奶茶，又睇下即係落日嘅餘暉，咁我都覺得好舒服啊，好享受啊。咁你而家呢，嗱，今朝叫我車你去香港大學，咁而家啱啱就係呢個杜鵑花盛開季節，我放低你，我又喺大學校園嗰度，我又遊個圈啊，賞下杜鵑花又幾好啊咁同樣係的士司機唔同嘅心態，就十足好似寧波車話真咧，心態呢就其實係好影響你自己個人係咪能夠快樂，能夠自在。咁嗰個咁樣嘅第二位嘅司機呢，就obviously 受歡迎好多啦。咁我同事急問佢攞個卡片，日後諗住搭的士去機場都揾佢啦。點知無奈呢，有人打的士又打電話嚟，又約佢去機場。咁證明呢，即係你心態好呢，你嗰個服務呢都會受歡迎啲，對你嘅生意對你嘅事業呢可能都有幫助嘅。
哇！咁如果咁講，佢揸的士都禪修緊嘅喎，遊車河啊嘛，係咪啊？
係啊，
即係佢唔當，即係頭先寧波車講啊嘛。如果有啲人就當，其實都唔係有啲人，好多人都當禪修都係 work 嚟噶嘛。即係望住個鐘咁，跟住又腳痛咧，係咪先？雙盤有啲人即係20分鐘，都唔係雙盤都未必得，單盤都好啦，10零20分鐘又酸又痛啊，半個鐘就麻晒啦。咁睇鐘想落座。咁我諗頭先嗰個都係一個好好講，就係話點解禪修又可以係一種好有壓力嘅工作，但係同時候如果我哋改變態度咧，好有壓力嘅工作都未必一定唔可以改變我哋對佢態度。講 attitude 講態度呢樣嘢咧，就又要講下寧波車嘅書，因為咧寧波車寫書咧，佢有一套系列嘅咁樣。咁呢個系列好特別嘅喎，全部都係用呢兩個字行頭嘅，呢兩個字就係 Lazy Lama。所有寧波車嘅書咧都係叫 Lazy Lama 系列嘅喎。咁寧波車可唔可以講下 Rinpoche, can you tell us why do you call like your whole book series is called Lazy Lama?
No, that's all my books are not called Lazy Lama, but there's a series of my talks.
Your talks, yeah.
Yes, and then it's kind of published very very short, very short. So these are called the Lazy Lama series. It's because I am lazy. I'm not necessarily lazy in the term that I don't do things or I don't travel or things like that. But if I know how important, say, like meditation is, and I have also received lots of teachings on how to do that. And if I did that, it would be very good for me. But I don't do it as much as I should do. So then, why? Must be lazy. There's no other excuse. That's why I call myself Lazy Lama. It's not because it's a big kind of inner meaning behind it or anything like that.
頭先 David 問點解叫寧波車有啲書咧係寫住懶惰嘅。
But people like my Lazy Lama books because it's very short.
我問你有冇呢其中一啲深奧嘅意義？咁其實寧波車就話冇啊，我咪懶惰咯咁樣。譬如講佢一啲好重要嘅嘢，例如要禪修啊，或者有一啲教學啊咁樣，佢都好想係覺得好重要㗎。咁但係有時又好似提不起勁咁，就佢覺得就係一種懶惰嚟啦。咁所以咧佢就冇咩特別嘅意思，就叫住佢知道自己我係一個懶惰嘅喇嘛咯咁樣嚇。咁但係我啲讀者咧就好喜歡呢個系列嘅書嘅，因為佢話夠短喎。
我一聽到即係個 Lazy Lama 嘅系列咧，就已經覺得係好吸引㗎啦。我哋覺得因為呢件事就係大家都即係同佢覺得有共鳴啊。你如果有陣時太長或者太深嘅嘢，大家可能仲比較嚇怕咗。咁我哋講話要in love with meditation 啊，即係我哋講話要同埋 encounter happiness 遇見快樂。但係咧喺寧波車之前嘅好多嘅講座開示裏面咧，都有講到就係 要快樂咧，首先要面對兩個好大嘅敵人，一個就係我哋嘅憤怒anger， 另一個咧就係我哋嘅恐懼 fear。咁喺呢兩個題目上面咧，寧波車都用上好多嘅時間、好多篇幅咧，去教我哋。咁即係當我哋燥嘅時候，人唔開心嘅時候，點樣可以扭轉我哋嘅態度啊？同埋當我哋恐懼嘅時候又點樣可以改變一啲嘢？咁Rinpoche， the two topics that you love to always share is how do we deal with anger and how do we deal with fear? Can you tell us more first, I guess, about anger? Because people in Hong Kong are so impatient and so busy. Anger is something that we deal with every day with people around us. So can you share with us?
You know, anger, I think anger is suffering because it's feeling of hurt, something is not going as I wish it, and that's why I get angry. So it's an unpleasant experience. Nobody would say that I had such a nice morning, I was so angry. So therefore it's a problem. And the question is then, will it make something better? There also, it's very doubtful whether being angry actually makes things better. So therefore, I think the most important thing to realize is to really understand deeply that being angry is not useful. I find this very important because if you really see that becoming angry is not doing anything good for me, neither for others. I'm not talking about that you cannot make a decision or you cannot make a kind of a strong decision or you cannot talk with people with a kind of clarity and things like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But you just getting angry is suffering to yourself and then it's not doing anything useful. So therefore, if I really understand deeply, because when I get angry, I feel that I'm actually doing something, it would help me. It comes as if it's trying to defend me or trying to get something right, or it comes as if it's my friend. But then it's not my friend. It's actually harming me. So when I really understand this deeply, then I think it's much easier to let go of this anger. That's what I feel.
對於憤怒咧，寧波車覺得係一種苦嚟嘅，係一種苦受嚟嘅，因為真係唔好受啊，個心係傷㗎，係咪啊？譬如我哋有啲嘢我哋覺得唔開心咁，其實憤怒係一種唔開心、一種難受嘅東西嚟嘅。咁因此我哋要明白到咧，我哋要開始睇到咧憤怒咧係唔會讓事情會好啲嘅，我哋要比較深入去了解。如果就算憤怒係唔會令事情好，唔會令自己好過啲，亦都幫唔到我自己，亦都幫唔到別人。因此呢種較為深入對憤怒嘅一種了解咧，就會知道其實憤怒好多時候好容易會嚟。佢好似我個朋友咁，你睇真啲咧，其實佢唔係你嘅朋友嚟嘅，佢係令到你咧係搞亂你嘅事情。呢一點我哋一定要深入咁去了解。
但係咧，即係寧波車就咁講，就話即係我哋件事於事無補嘅喎，你嬲都咁樣。咁但係我哋中國人咧有句説話叫佛都有火啦，係嘛？即係嬲起嚟嘅時候，乜嘢都衝口而出，鬧咗先啦咁樣。咁有啲咩方法可以令到我哋即係當真係唔開心嘅時候啊，可以 control 到我哋自己就唔係喎，呢樣嘢啊。不單止係幫唔到件事，甚至 hurt 咗自己，好似頭先寧波車講就話對我哋自己係冇好處嘅。Rinpoche, there are so many times when these events when they come out, in Chinese we say even Buddha will get angry because it's so annoying and really wrong, for example. But when at the spur of the moment, our emotion take over, how do we avoid that from happening? Because we throw all the logic out of the window when that happens.
First of all, I think Buddha doesn't get angry.
呢個唔使譯啦，嗬，佛陀唔會嬲嘅。
It doesn't mean that, getting angry and acting in a kind of strict or a little bit rough way is something different, I think. Sometimes maybe you need to act a little strictly or roughly in order to get something done. That's another matter. But getting angry or especially hateful is something different from within yourself. So there, sometimes people say that, you have to get angry because if you're not angry, you don't have the power to do things. You cannot fight against injustice, and you need that power of anger to do that. But from Buddhist point of view, you don't have to be angry. You can be compassionate to do that. Because this is the understanding from Buddhist philosophy that from the same situation, you can have either anger or compassion. Say, for instance, you see an injustice is being done to you or somebody else. And then out of that, you can either become very angry or compassionate. And the difference is, if you focus on the people, this is done, this is not good, this is done by this person or those people, then you get angry. And in the beginning, it's about the issue, but afterwards, maybe you even forget the issue. You just, animosity. Then it becomes anger. But if you concentrate or if you focus on the issue, this is done, this should not be done, this is not right, this is, injustice or something like that, then what I really want to do is to correct this situation. I want to do something that is improving the situation, not bad for anybody, but good for everybody. When that kind of state of mind or emotion comes up, that's called compassion. And that is as much power as anger, and more sustaining, because anger is not very sustainable energy. When you get angry, you get, like a flame, you go, you burst out, you say things, you do things, you always overdo it. And most of the time what you did in your, kind of uncontrollable anger, you have to regret afterwards because you have done something almost too much. So therefore, it's always considered from the Buddhist point of view that that kind of compassionate with thinking what is best for me and what is best for others and what is the way to make things better is the better way of dealing with situations than just anger. Because if you are taken over by anger, then sometimes I hear that even the martial art people said that if you are too much angry, you are not a good fighter. So it's like that. So therefore, to learn how to kind of understand and of course control yourself in such a way. But this control is not just like I'm getting angry. I shouldn't get angry. Not like that. That way, I think first time then say I'm not going to get angry. Second time then I'm not going to get angry. Third time it's not like that, but with understanding, with deep understanding, then you see that there is no use. There's no, to get angry is much worse for me, for others, for the whole situation. So therefore, it's much better to not get angry. Then there is no reason you get angry. So therefore, sometimes this stanza from Shantideva is very important. It helped me and helped many people, where it says that if it can be changed, there's no need to be angry. If it cannot be changed, there's no use to be angry. Yeah? If you encounter a problem or something like that, and then I can think about it, and if I think that, okay, I can do something and make it better or solve the problem, there's no need to be angry. You can just go and do it. It's easier to get it done that way than to get angry. And if there's absolutely no use, nothing can be done about it, it's all done, then what's the use of getting angry? Just suffering yourself. So that understanding sometimes helps.
呢個可唔可以大家俾掌聲係咪啊？呢個應該好有用嘅喎嚇。俾翻 Eliza 先係啦。
仁波切話其實我哋要明白，我哋去憤怒咧，其實真係幫唔到我哋，尤其是我哋去由憤怒產生一啲憎恨咧，係絕對幫唔到嘢嘅。有啲人會以為啊，我憤怒咧，我有啲力量啦，我可以去咧搞掂一啲嘢，咁我就會得啦咁。其實從呢個佛教嘅角度嚟睇咧，呢個係錯嘅。真正有力量嘅唔係憤怒，係慈悲。譬如我哋喺一個情況底下，任何一個情況咧，都係可以兩方面去睇嘅，可以從憤怒，可以用慈悲去睇。就算譬如俾個例子，係一啲唔公平嘅事，都可以從一個憤怒嘅或者慈悲嘅角度去睇嘅。我哋睇嘅事情嘅時候，如果我哋淨係從人嘅角度，呢個啱，呢個唔啱，佢做得好，佢做得唔好，一定會產生憤怒。但係如果我哋去明白咁去分析個事件呢，就會明白啊。個事情咁樣係可以改進嘅，咁樣可以令個事件更加好嘅。於是乎，你嘅慈悲心就會起啦。慈悲心唔單止你對你自己好，對人亦都好，亦都係一種能夠持續嘅能力。人哋會以為憤怒係一種能力，其實憤怒只不過係一種好短暫嘅，同埋一啲不能控制嘅一啲所謂能力嘅。當我哋俾憤怒係霸佔咗嘅時候呢，我哋好多時候係不能自我，唔會產生慈悲心，亦都幫助唔到事情嘅。例如一啲打功夫嘅人呢，真正一個好叻打功夫嘅師傅呢，佢唔係從呢個憤怒開始嘅。咁所以因此咧，我哋譬如遇到自己有憤怒嘅時候，其實唔係真係去刻意咁控制，唔好嬲，唔好嬲，唔好嬲，咁就會更嬲。其實係應該好深入去了解，我嬲有用咩？我嬲對任何人都冇好處。其實我冇原因去嬲，經典裏邊都教過我哋。如果事情係可以改變嘅，根本就唔需要去嬲；如果事情係唔可以改變，嬲都冇用。咁所以最緊要嘅係我哋學習點樣去明白，我哋應該用乜嘢嘅態度，係用慈悲，唔係用憤怒。
哇！頭先嗰個真係遇見快樂嘅錦囊係咪啊？因為既然係如果可以改變到，其實唔需要咁執着，唔需要咁嬲。但係改變唔到嘅嬲，亦都冇用。好多人覺得例如話喺工作上邊啊，要有權力啊，要顯示佢嘅地位咧，係要發下惡至得嘅咁樣。咁好似頭先寧波車都講啦，要表現一啲 anger 去表示就係話你係有幾大嘅權力。咁但係教授你喺大學一個咁多人嘅地方嚇咁樣咁每日要面對好多唔同嘅問題。點樣去慈悲咁樣去管理咁多好棘手嘅問題，同埋有陣時有啲真係都幾令人嬲嘅嘢嘅喎。
不過好似寧波車話齋，嬲係解決唔到問題嘅。咁你試下想下，既然你同女朋友有啲拗撬，咁你嬲，咁人哋一定就聽你嘅咩？如果你繼續嘅嬲落去咧，可能就傷害咗成段嘅關係，包括同女朋友關係，或者係就算係夫妻之間都係。其實咧，你如果細心留意下咧，我哋周邊咧好多嗰啲是非糾紛或者係悲劇咧，好多時都係由好少嘅事引起嘅啦，的咁多嘢，咁就演成一種好憤怒咁嘅局面。我喺度或者同大家又分享一個小故事咁啊。 咁話說咧，我哋有一位小學3年班嘅同學，咁佢嘅父母咧就好似我哋好多其他父母咁啊，非常之關心子女嘅功課。咁每日翻嚟都會問下個仔今日有啲咩功課做啊咁。咁某日咧就小朋友翻到嚟屋企，咁爸爸就照例就問佢啦，即係今日有啲咩功課要做啊咁佢話今日老師咧有個作業叫我咧就去查一下，上網查一下或者去了解一下世界大戰第一次大戰究竟嗰個發起呢個大戰引起呢個大戰嘅原因係乜咧咁我個爸爸就好似同好多其他爸爸咁非常之熱心幫個仔做功課嗰種啦。咁咧就呢頭咁呢樣嘢好容易啦。當年唔係就係德國打波蘭，所以觸發咗呢個大戰咯。咁個媽咪咧就喺旁邊聽到，咁於是就話：邊度係啊？第一次世界大戰咧係喺南斯拉夫嘅薩拉熱窩，某某德國嘅王子咧俾人行刺，咁咪觸發咗呢一場大戰。咁大家有好多可能都係讀歷史嘅，咁咪知道咧個媽咪其實係啱嘅，個爸爸就搞錯咗第二次大戰嗰個人。咁嗰個爸爸咧聽到個媽咪咁講咧，就覺得好不是味兒啦。於是咧就嬲爆爆咁講聲：嘿，佢又唔係問你，佢問我啫嘛，咩咁多口咁於是咧嗰個媽咪亦都好興啦，咁於是就走入廚房。2-3秒鐘之後咧，乒鈴乓啷啲碗碟咧就掟到一地。咁即係個細佬哥見到呢件咁嘅事引起父母嘅即係拗撬，咁梗係覺得好傷心啦，咁喊起嚟，咁同爸爸講句：爹哋，我而家知道戰爭係點引起㗎啦。
睇李教授嘅書咧係真係好開心，因為咧第一啲功夫嗰個長度都係有少少好似喇嘛咁講係 lazy 喇嘛嗰個，即係就係好多小故事，唔一定要一次過追到底嘅，有陣時係就算係3分鐘甚至係即係仲有啲時間仲短，好快咧，但係即刻就可以有一啲嘢可以袋落袋嘅。有一個故事係我自己嗰陣睇嗰陣咧，我覺得好有印象嘅，就係講話一個禪師係嘛。咁佢自己就好中意種花，係蘭花。咁教授喺個故仔就講就係話，咁佢每日咧都好千叮萬囑嗰啲徒弟要點樣照顧啲花啦，係咪？大家有啲岌頭都聽過呢個故仔。咁然後咧就佢亦都好花好多心機落去。咁有一次咁禪師就出外，咁就要去一個地方一段時間。咁好自然就梗係千叮囑萬叮囑就要點樣咁樣。好啦，咁有一日應該可能係唔知點樣冇閂好窗定點樣咧？咁狂風暴雨嘅時候咧，就吹冧咗盆花。哇！吹冧咗盆花，呢個係方丈住持嘅最深愛嗰樣嘢，所有徒弟都好驚。咁後尾到個方丈主持翻嚟嘅時候，教授咁佢嘅反應係點樣？係即係可唔可以同大家講翻？即係有啲朋友如果冇聽過故仔，我當時好深刻嘅。
咁我哋睇到嗰盆蘭花就化為烏有啦。咁當時啲弟子就請罪啦，即係向師傅即係講對唔住啦，即係咁。咁咧佢哋咧其實都以為師傅會責怪佢哋㗎。點知師傅咧睇睇之後就少笑，佢話：唉，唔爛都爛咗啦。我養呢啲蘭花，即係內地。就講養蘭花啦，即係其實即係種蘭花啦。我種蘭花咧係要欣賞蘭花噶嘛，我種蘭花唔係攞嚟生氣噶嘛。咁其實都係一個態度嘅問題咯佢亦都好似佛陀咁，呢位就係唐代嘅慧忠法師，咁佢亦都冇生氣，基本上都係態度嘅問題、心態問題。
所以即係呢啲小故事，頭先講話戰爭原來係咁樣發起嘅，又或者係自己平時好深愛嗰樣嘢咧咁然後到嗰樣嘢冇咗，咁其實喺佛經裏面成日都教我哋無常，嗰樣嘢係一定會有佢終結嘅一日嘅咁樣，咁點樣可以放下啦？咁但係除咗 anger， 除咗憤怒之外咧， 人仲有另一個好大嘅要我哋快樂嘅話咧，有一個好大嘅敵人啊，就係恐懼啦我哋每一日都驚好多嘢擔心好多嘢 ，fear and worry。咁呢兩個咧都係祖古寧波車咧好重視去點樣去大家改變嘅態度Rinpoche. So we talked about we discussed the topic of anger, but there's another very important subject that for us to be happy, we also need to overcome, and that's fear. Can you share with us why people fear so many things, and how do we change that?
Actually, I think fear is a root cause for lots of sufferings. And almost all negative emotions has fear behind it. We got also angry because fear, something not right, something not good, something harmful might come, something that is, either I get angry because I think that something is going to happen or something is created so that it will harm me, or something will happen that is going to take away what I want. So because of this, you get angry. And so therefore it's based on fear. And also, kind of too much greed, too much clinging is also based on fear, because, if I don't have it, if I don't hold on to it, something terrible is going to happen. So that fear is, I think, the base of most of these sufferings. But of course, it's not easy to get rid of. But I think it's very important for us to try to work and manage it. So I think that one of the ways to deal with this fear is to understand that I can do only my best. I can try my best to make things better and prevent that negative things do not happen as much as I can. Behind that or other than that, I cannot do. So whatever may happen, I have to face it. So I have to be ready to face whatever may come. So if I prepare for that and say that, I do my best to make things as best as possible and prevent things as best as possible, and then whatever may come, it's okay. That understanding and attitude, I think, is very, very useful. I think very important. Because then, because you are kind of ready to accept kind of the worst in a way, whatever may come, I have to face it because I have to face it anyway. We can't say what will happen tomorrow. Whatever will come, I have to face it. So no use fearing now, because most of the time something not that terrible will happen. It's always, the fear is always kind of based on an imagination of something terrible happening before it's happening. So if I fear, then I'm kind of experiencing the worst thing happening again and again and again. But when I actually go through it, most of the time it's not that bad. And even if it's quite bad, when I really go through it, sometimes it's just normal, you know. Like when you go to the dentist, it's much more painful before you get it, you know, like. Then if you really kind of relax in it, you know. I found it, it was an exercise. You know, when you the more afraid you are, more painful it is. More relaxed you are, less painful it is. So therefore, when we understand this deeply, I think then, you know, then we can kind of say that it's not useful to fear. Because like even death, for instance, you were talking about death yesterday. I have to die one day. Whatever I do, I have to die. I have to go through it. So what's the use of fearing it every day? That's why there's a saying in Tibetan that a coward dies every day. A brave man dies once in his lifetime. So it's a little bit like that.
咁講到呢個恐懼呢，其實仁波切話恐懼係一切痛苦嘅根源嚟嘅，好多時候，同埋一啲亦都係好多負面情緒嘅根源嚟嘅。譬如我哋覺得呢樣嘢唔好啊，我哋唔想遇到呢一樣嘢啊，呢樣嘢會對我哋有害㗎啊，有啲嘢會喺我身上發生㗎，我唔想呢一樣嘢喺我身上面消失啦，我好驚啊！呢就係我哋產生呢個恐懼嘅好多嘅情況啦。咁亦都有時候我哋會好多貪念啊，好多執着啊，我唔想放走呢一樣嘢啊，我好驚呢一樣嘢發生，都係引起我哋嘅恐懼嘅。其實如果你會將恐懼去全部拎走呢，的確係唔容易嘅。反而我哋應該點樣去學習去處理佢，歸翻去頭先嗰個做法，亦都係點樣去深入咁去了解佢。只要你對一件事情你係害怕嘅，你話俾自己聽，我盡咗我能力去做啦，我盡咗我所有一切嘅能力去做啦，我亦都盡咗我一世嘅能力去避免一啲唔好嘅事情發生，其他嘅嘢我做唔到啦，我就要學習去接受，去勇敢去接受，去準備自己接受一啲我唔可以做到嘅嘢，驚又有咩用呢？所以歸根究底都係一個態度嘅問題，我哋要勇敢去接受同埋去準備一啲最差嘅東西去來臨。其實邊一個知道聽日會發生咩事呢？但係你要驚又有用咩？好多時候我哋嘅恐懼呢係由我哋嘅想像力而嚟嘅。好多時候當嗰樣好差嘅東西未發生嘅時候，我哋已經驚餐死㗎啦。我哋嘅經驗呢，其實好多時候係咁樣嘅。未發生嘅時候嗰種事情呢，係會仲驚過本身嘅。譬如我哋去呢一個睇牙醫先算啦，喺牙醫未曾喺你嘅口裏邊做嘢嘅時候，你係最驚係最痛嘅。咁不如我哋放鬆咪更加好。所以去翻頭先嗰個要點就係，我哋要明白驚係冇用嘅，係深深嘅明白呢個驚對我哋完全幫唔到我哋嘅。正如我哋琴日嘅課題死亡每一個人都要經過，驚有用咩？所以正如好似喺西藏有一句好好嘅説話，佢係話一個膽怯嘅人每日都死，但係一個勇敢嘅人佢只係死一次啫。
寧波車就講即係話驚，即係始終都係一種我哋諗出嚟嘅嘢嚇，我哋幻想出嚟嘅一種 imagination。但係我哋驚嘅真係好多。其實即大家可以舉下手啊。首先頭先寧波車有講到死嘅問題，在座有幾多人係驚死嘅？講真嚇，舉舉手。OK， 你哋可能琴晚有嚟聽 talk 啊，所以而家唔驚。OK， 在座有幾多人驚個股市冧嘅？哇，冇人，喂，呢度冇人買股票嘅。驚肥。Rinpoche, we have found out the biggest fear of Hong Kong people is not about death, it's about gaining weight. So how do we help them?
If they eat the way they eat, every day I've been having lunch, with dinner and things like that, and I've been eating for 2.5 hours or 3 hours.
It's too much.
Every day I have been overeating.
寧波姐話：如果你哋食嘢好似我呢一幾日喺香港咁食法啦，唔怪之得你有呢個問題啦。我每日都食得好多，同埋咧係過咗食嘅，因為好多人都款待寧波姐喺香港咧食晏啊、食晚餐啊咁樣。
Maybe I should add this about fear or anger or whatever emotions. In Buddhism, we basically have three ways to deal with them. First is to what they call to abandon. Like if you have a negative emotion coming, and by understanding that it's not good, it's not useful, then you let it go. That's the first one.
其實處理恐懼同埋呢一個憤怒咧，喺佛教裏邊嚟講咧係有3個方法。第一個方法就係放開佢，要明白到呢件事對我係冇用，呢種咁嘅情緒，呢個負面嘅情緒對我冇用，因此我就放開佢。呢個係第一個做法。
Sometimes, if you don't react, you delay the reaction, it goes away. Like for instance, you receive a very nasty message or a mail or something like that, and then you reply immediately, and then you get another reply, and you like this. But if you delay that response, maybe next day, you don't want to say the same thing again. So that emotion, negative emotion, the sustenance of the negative emotion is quite short time actually. So therefore, if you don't respond immediately, but if you delay the reaction, usually it goes off, and so that's the first thing.
而且我哋可以做嘅方法就係我哋遲少少先作出反應。譬如我哋收到一啲好唔開心，令到我哋好唔開心嘅一啲電郵啦，唔好即刻就去答佢或者去鬧翻佢，咁樣只會令情況更加差嘅啫。譬如我哋遲少少先至去處理佢，其實呢啲咁嘅負面情緒咧，佢持續嗰個長度咧唔會好耐㗎，佢會變㗎，會降低㗎。
And the second is by replacing it with another. Say like, that's where meditation also works. Say like you are angry. Say you know that I'm getting angry, and I'm becoming red and blue, and things like that. And then I allow something else to come into my mind. Can be whatever. Can even be, image of chocolate, if you like chocolate. So you are getting angry, and then you can feel chocolate melting in your... There are many different kind of meditations on this, or whatever, but
That's good meditation method.
That you allow that's why meditation is important, because meditation teaches us to, it makes us learn to focus our mind wherever we want to. That's the main thing of the meditation. One of the main purpose of the meditation is that, like we say, to tame our mind. To tame our mind means we allow our mind to do whatever I want. A tame dog means like I say sit down, and it sits down. Yeah, stand up, means stand up. Come here means comes. Go means go. Yeah, that's a tame dog. An untamed dog is sit down, go away. So our mind is a little bit like that. Just now, concentrate on this. No, don't think about anger. So the meditation is to exercise, to learn that we allow our mind to focus on wherever I want to. So therefore, so if I am having anger or fear, and then I say, okay, no need, just chocolate, and then it goes to the chocolate. That's the basic kind of. So that way you replace, transforming your mind. That's one technique.
而第二個方法就係一種轉化或者代替啦。譬如我哋感覺心裏邊有憤怒或者恐懼嘅時候咧，我哋用第二種嘅念頭去取代佢。譬如朱古力，如果你好中意食朱古力嘅話，其實呢個同禪修嘅訓練係有絕對嘅關係嘅。其實禪修嘅意思係乜嘢咧？就係順服我哋嘅心。咁咩叫做順服我哋嘅心咧？就係我哋嘅心要聽我哋話，我哋要將佢專注喺邊度就專注喺邊度，就好似一個有訓練嘅狗咁，要佢坐佢就坐，要佢企就企。如果一個冇訓練嘅狗咧，你叫佢坐企，佢都好唔願意噶啦。咁所以呢一種係一種第二個方法，就係一種轉化或者代替咗恐懼或者憤怒，用一啲好嘅念頭。
And the third is a little bit more complicated. It's knowing the nature of it. So if you're getting angry, then you look at the anger. Where is the anger? What is anger looks like? What exactly is anger? Where is it? What is it? So where does it exist? So when you understand, when you look at it deeply, there's no anger somewhere. It doesn't exist in any way. So by that time, anger is gone. So in the same way, fear and things. So by knowing, by understanding the nature of, it also can apply to yourself or others or, anything. So that way, by knowing the nature of it. So these three ways are the three ways in Buddhism that are used to work on all these things.
而第三種咧就係直接去面對呢一個恐懼或者憤怒，睇下到底佢嗰個性質係乜嘢嚟嘅，望住佢。睇下佢係乜嘢嚟呢？佢喺邊度呢？係點樣嘅呢？當你越睇佢嘅時候，當然呢個係比較複雜一啲啦。當你能夠細心入去望佢、睇佢嘅時候呢，其實佢唔存在，於是佢就會走咗啦。咁呢個就係第三個方法。
寧波車講呢三個方法咧，真係我相信好有用係嘛？第一個就係 delay， 即係我哋先講，褪遲啲啊！我諗我哋通常一收到嗰啲即係好有火氣嗰啲 email 嘅時候咧，即係10成10都係第一時間會派嘭聲嘅，第二樣嘢冇咁有效率嘅。跟住次次你睇翻之後咧，就其實大家翻工嘅人都知道，即係喺 office 裏面咧，好多嗰啲 office politics 咧都由 email 開始嘅嚇。咁我成日都覺得好奇怪嘅，因為咧寫 email 啲人咧有陣時因為寫得快啊咁樣，咁又好主觀咧，咁跟住之後咧，永遠講嗰啲嘢咧都係 sound a lot worse， 即係嗰樣嘢明明係7分惡意咧，就變咗9分惡意㗎啦。OK， 9分嘅話就一定係爆標。咁然後跟住咧嗰個就好似 exactly 好似寧波車咁講啦，就再惡啲咁咧，又空翻嚟，又翻嚟。咁其實嗰啲嘢係可以打個電話講1分鐘講完嘅嘢嚟嘅，通常都即係我唔知點解而家啲人打電話咁難。咁第二個寧波車講話要即係點樣去 tame 我哋 heart， 就係話轉化。OK， 我覺得呢樣嘢係特別明顯喺香港人嘅情況，因為我哋真係唔係我哋叫自己話 sit 同話叫自己做咩嘢，真係做唔到。而家你叫啲人食嘢咧，啲人係影相㗎嘛，係嘛？即係失控嘅呢件事係咁樣啊！叫佢影相嗰陣佢都唔會影相，跟住可能就已經係講緊下一餐去邊度食㗎啦，已經係咁樣。咁我諗呢一個咁難，即係話其實呢啲我哋成日覺得好多恐懼嘅嘢咧，都係自己諗出嚟。咁但係咧，原來有呢啲方法。咁我想問翻教授就係，其實有咁多人睇過教授嘅書心無掛礙輕安自在。但係一定有啲人會問教授：哇，咁容易咩 ？OK， 即係生活逼人教授你講就容易啫，但係做真係好難。呢啲嘅問題應該好多嘅係嘛？
都係其實都係翻去即係自己要調整下，學下點樣去調整個心態咯。完全同意寧波車剛才講， 好多嘢有時你覺得係好似好可怕嘅，或者你有呢種咁嘅恐懼感咧，有時係你自己想像出嚟嘅，有時係同想像力有關。我喺度同大家分享一個某個同學同我講嘅小故事咁啦嚇。咁佢咧就有一朝咧就喺學校門口一個街邊檔買早餐食。咁佢嗰日有張8蚊紙，咁嗰份早餐係10蚊。咁佢即係匆匆忙忙趕住上課啦，咁俾咗張100蚊紙人哋。人哋都未找，咁佢就拎咗份早餐就走咗人。咁到中午嗰陣肚餓啦，咁揞下個袋嗰100蚊紙又唔見咗。咁想翻起，原來早上嗰個小販咧未找俾我。咁當然當時佢自己又急於要走啦。咁於是咧就急急走翻去嗰個校門口嗰個檔口嗰度。咁嗰個小販又唔喺度啦，即係流動小販咧走咗。咁於是就冇辦法啦。旁邊有啲其他小販咧話俾佢聽，呢個人屋企有事啊，呢幾日都可能唔開檔啦，走咗啦。咁你過幾日再嚟揾啦。咁佢又想下，翻去又同啲同學講呢事，啲同學又勸下佢，哎呀，你呢100蚊啊凍過水啦，你都幾難攞得翻找翻嗰90蚊啊。即係。咁佢都覺得好 upset 啦，又好擔心啊！冇咗呢對學生嚟講90蚊都唔少錢啦。咁佢諗咗就等呢個人翻嚟睇下點同佢講。又諗到好多古仔，話我爸爸係呢間大學嘅保安主任，如果你唔找翻俾我咧，你就好麻煩咧，唔準你喺度開檔。諸如此類，諗埋好多啲咁嘅橋。咁好啦，等咗幾日咧，卒之有一朝咧，就真係嗰個小販又翻嚟。咁佢走上去準備同佢講數啦嚇，即係嚇佢依樣嗰樣咁準備就話。點知小販見到佢笑一笑，唉，你真係心急啦，都唔記得找錢就走咗嗰日，咁即刻就俾翻嗰100蚊。咁其實好多嘢好簡單，我哋又想好多好複雜，咁自己好多時啲恐懼咁嚟。當然人生裏邊咧，當然有啲真係值得我哋係會覺得有危機感、有憂患感。好似寧波車提到人嘅死亡，咁你係勇敢也好，唔勇敢也好，你都係要面對佢。咁但係大家如果翻去心經開頭嗰幾句你即係能夠，如果喺禪定之中照見五蘊皆空，你就能度一切苦厄，然後最後咧你就無有恐怖。咁其實嘅意思咧就係你都去睇翻佛教講呢個空嘅觀念，空即係因緣有咧，即係萬事萬物背後都有因緣，人嘅死亡亦都有佢嘅因緣。你如果能夠明白呢一樣嘢背後都係有佢嘅因緣，有佢嘅道理，你咪能夠更加坦然咁去面對佢咯。其實都係翻去我哋咧係需要一啲智慧去面對呢啲咁樣嘅人生必由嘅之路咯嚇。
大家有讀心經嘅咁照見五蘊皆空，能夠度一切苦厄啊嚇咁樣。咁頭先教授所講，咁我咧就即係成日有陣時喺講 talk 嘅時候，我講係我係法學 BB 班啊嘛，俾一啲好少接觸。咁我就話咧，其實咧，就算你冇睇過心經咧，都可以有辦法可以令到我哋唔使驚死嘅。點解咧？就係大家只要有睇過套戲叫 Die Hard 咧就得㗎啦，因為我哋全部人都 Die Hard 嘅死硬㗎嘛，係咪先？咁所以只要明白到呢個咁簡單嘅道理咧，咁好多嘢其實就唔使驚咁多。咁趁呢個時間咧，我諗都問寧波車仲有一個問題啊，咁樣。咁我哋又講咗恐懼，又講咗anger， 即係我哋對好多時嘅憤怒嘅睇法。咁講翻禪修，禪修好多人以為就係話一定要坐喺度又或者禪修嘅時候個腦係應該係乜嘢都唔諗嘅咁樣，係咪咁嘅咧？抑或係點樣喺生活裏面都可以將禪修應用出嚟。
You know, meditation, basically from Buddhist point of view, it's kind of categorized into two. One is to make our mind calm and clear, to tame our mind. That's meditation. And that is basically learning how to relax. Learning how to be in a relaxed way, in a natural way, and not too much in the past, not too much in the future, because most of the time we are either in the past or the future. And then all the problems come, because, all the baggage of our past is in the past, and all the fears and anxiety and worries of the future is in the future, but they're not there now. You can't even get it. It's only in the memory and anticipation. So therefore, meditation is learning how to experience the present moment in a relaxed and joyful way. Actually, we cannot experience anything other than that, because past is gone and future is not there. So present is the only thing that we can experience. But most of the time, we don't. We are only thinking of the past or the future, and so therefore we really don't enjoy the present moment. So meditation is learning how to do that. Basically, that's the most important part of the meditation. And when you are able to do that, then your mind is tamed, because you know where to, your mind can be where you put it. So this will then, if it's expanded, or if it is a little bit gone deeper into it, that will go into the next stage. That's knowing what you are. That's the second type of insight. You actually know what you are, what your mind is, what your experience is, consciousness is. So that is also not too much like an intellectual thing, but experientially. So if you really can be in your present moment now, then you know what you are in a way. So therefore, that understanding or experiential understanding, that's meditation.
講到禪修咧，喺佛教嘅角度嚟講咧，係有兩個大類嘅。咁第一個類咧就係靜心，令我哋咧係順服咗我哋嗰個好亂嘅心，四圍去諗嘢嘅心，學習點樣去放鬆，如何去令我哋喺一個好放鬆、好自然嘅方法裏邊咧，係享受緊呢一刻嘅當下。其實好多時候，我哋嘅心咧都係去翻我哋所想出嚟嘅過去咧，同埋我哋所想像出嚟嘅未來嘅，呢啲就係所有問題產生嘅地方啦。譬如我哋諗起過去就會好多憤怒啦，或者諗起將來有好多恐懼啦咁樣。其實禪修真正係去經驗呢個當下嘅呢一刻，係放鬆咗，用一個喜悅嘅心情去經歷呢一刻。講真啦，我哋其實乜嘢都經歷唔到嘅，就只有呢一種嘅喜悅經歷當下係真正我哋嘅經驗嚟嘅。咁好多時候我哋唔能夠去經歷呢一個當下，係因為我哋嘅心呢係散亂去我哋想出嚟嘅過往同埋未來。而另外一個禪修嘅方法呢，就係去到呢個向我哋嘅心去內觀啦。去睇下我哋嘅心、我哋嘅意識個運作到底係點樣嘅呢？但係大家要記住，呢個並唔係一個知識分子嘅遊戲，係一個經驗嚟。禪修係絕對係一個經驗嚟㗎。我哋經驗咗乜嘢係叫做放鬆，乜嘢係會係喺一個喜樂嘅情況底下呢，係經驗到當下嘅呢一刻。
咁我哋今晚嘅時間咧過得好快，大家喺度俾好熱烈嘅掌聲，祖古寧波車，亦都俾好熱烈嘅掌聲，今晚要飛去加拿大嘅李焯芬教授。我好記得明就寧波車咧喺佢嘅書同埋佢嘅講座都講過，我哋人嘅心咧就好似嗰隻馬騮一樣，跳嚟跳去，跳嚟跳去。你想制服佢咧， 幾乎係唔可能嘅。但係透過學習禪修，透過學習同接觸佛學咧，可以俾我哋揾到點樣可以令到我哋自己生活得更加好揾到一個真係可以 joyful living 嘅方法。咁1年半啦，舊年係4月份，咁而1年半之後今日咧，我相信在座大家又可以再次，如果有一啲忘記咗點樣去馴服我哋嗰隻馬騮仔嗰啲法門咧，今晚又可以揾翻。嚟到呢個時候咧，其實每一次我哋有遇見快樂嘅講座咧，都有一個環節嘅，就係有一啲歌曲嘅表演。咁今晚咧，我哋好難得請到涂贊新先生。涂贊新先生咧，要為我哋獻唱一首歌咧，叫做《你是我的眼》，係講一個失明人寫俾佢媽媽嘅歌曲。咁我哋喺度俾一啲掌聲，涂贊新先生。
就能轻易地分辨白天黑夜，就能准确地在人群中牵住你的手。如果我能看得见，就能驾车带你到处遨游，就能惊喜地从背后给你一个拥抱。如果我能看得见，生命也许完全不同，可能我想要的，我喜欢的，我爱的都不一样。眼前的黑不是黑，你说的白是什么白？人们说的天空蓝，是我记忆中那团白云背后的蓝天。我望向你的脸，却只能看见一片虚无。是不是菩萨在我眼前遮住了脸，忘了掀开？你是我的眼，带我领略四季的变换。你是我的眼，带我穿越拥挤的人潮。你是我的眼，带我阅读浩瀚的书海。因为你是我的眼，让我看见这世界就在我眼前，就在我眼前。啊呜，耶耶耶耶，就在我眼前。眼前的黑不是黑，你说的白是什么白？人们说的天空蓝，是我记忆中那团白云背后的蓝天。我望向你的脸，却只能看见一片虚无。是不是菩萨在我眼前遮住了脸，忘了掀开？你是我的眼，带我领略无常的变化。你是我的眼，带我超越拥挤的流道。你是我的眼，带我 阅读浩瀚的经藏，因为你是我的眼，让我看见极乐世界就在我眼前。你是我的眼，带我领略四季的变换。你是我的眼，带我穿越拥挤的人潮。你是我的眼，带我阅读浩瀚的书海。因为你是我的眼，让我看见阿弥陀佛就在我眼前，就在你眼前。
多謝。好多謝 Jensen， 係好唔捨得嘅，因為遇見快樂俾我哋可以攞到好多心靈嘅感浪。咁希望大家喺大家咁繁重嘅生活咁逼迫嘅生活裏面呢，再一次喺好似今日咁難得嘅講座，能夠走一啲點滴，翻到去可以為我哋嘅煩惱可以解決一啲。咁同埋更加重要嘅就係希望能夠將我哋身邊嘅人都帶一份正能量俾佢哋。咁今日我再一次非常感恩大家出席今次嘅呢個講座，亦都感恩主辦單位安排一個咁好嘅機會，大家可以聽到寧波車同埋教授嘅分享。多謝大家。咁而家時間呢，交翻俾我哋嘅司儀潘芳芳小姐。
感謝靈果做顧寧波車，多謝李焯芬教授同埋楊大偉先生，好多謝你哋咧就今日嘅課題生活愛上禪修啦，喺好多生活嘅唔同角度啦，好多故事啦，分享咗你哋一啲嘅睇法啦，亦都帶俾我哋心靈好多好多嘅啟示。究竟用啲咩態度咧，我哋可以去面對憤怒，去處理恐懼咧咁樣，咁同埋咧亦都令到我哋再一次咧認識到咧禪修嘅奇妙力量，真係可以令到我哋咧可以與恐慌共舞和憤怒共坐嘅。咁仲有一樣嘢咧，就係亦都可以咧應用禪修咧，幫我哋可以優化自己、美化生活，同埋咧遇上真正嘅快樂。Thank you again, Ringu Rinpoche. Thank you, Professor Chack and Mr. David Yeung, for sharing with us your invaluable thoughts and view for tonight's subject.In love with meditation. May I now invite Rinpoche to present souvenirs to our guests, please? 而家我哋有請寧波車致送紀念品同埋代表祝福嘅哈達咧，俾我哋嘅嘉賓。首先，我哋有請今晚導表演嘉賓陶贊新先生。Thank you very much, Mr. Jensen To. Thank you. 跟住我哋有請今晚嘅節目主持楊大偉先生 ，and our moderator, Mr. David Yeung. Thank you. 跟住有請今晚嘅對談嘉賓李焯芬教授。And now our guest speaker, Professor Chack. Thank you, Rinpoche. 各位嘉賓喺恭送寧波車同埋講者嘉賓之前呢，請以熱烈嘅掌聲多謝今晚為我哋翻譯嘅妙林法師同埋劉敏儀小姐。Thank you, Annie Mulin, and also Miss Eliza Lau for being our translators tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our end of the program tonight. Thank you again, Mr. David Yeung, Professor Chack, and also thank you, Rinpoche. 請各位嘉賓起立，我哋恭送 Ringu Tulku Rinpoche 同我哋嘅講者嘉賓。 今晚嘅節目咧到此圓滿，多謝大家參與。遇見快樂二咧將會喺聽晚咧繼續同大家見面嘅。嗱，今晚我哋嘅課題咧就係講緊係生活愛上禪修。聽晚嘅對談課題咧就係健康暗戀禪修。咁我哋希望咧聽晚可以再一次見到大家啦，同大家繼續遇上快樂。大家晚安。